Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Lydia here with your new moon reading in Gemini for June 6, 2024. And wow, we have been going through quite a bit of energetic guck to get to this point. Gemini has two sides to it, and basically one of the most pertinent sides, one of the most beautiful sides, is that we are in a forward movement time period where we have motivation, we're wanting to get things done, it's goal oriented. We're also in a communication time period. So basically we're looking to make effective communication. So Gemini is about communication for banter between two people, more people, but also expression and doing things socially. So basically getting into a social setting and getting out there and becoming more sociable with people around you, whether it's your tribe or meeting new people. And I think that because of the social aspect of this time period, it's summer in the Northern Hemisphere, or getting there anyways, nicer days, you're probably wanting to do that in the first place. And then on the flip side, it's introspective. Gemini can be very opposite. So being within, being withdrawn, finding that opportunity to go within, actually, so that I'm going to make it a positive as well, taking that and just basically going within and dealing with stuff that you need to. Like I said, guck, we've been going through a lot of that. And it's important that we do. We're trying very hard to get rid of whatever blockages that we've had in the past. And the way I see it is that, especially at the time of the new moon, this is a time for generating new things within our lives, things that we want to see in our lives. And this goes beyond. This is about the best possible situations for the collective as well. So it's not just thinking about ourselves, but also about the collective and what we would like to see. So newness is within our lives. That is basically something that we're always going to want to see the best possible scenarios for ourselves with every aspect, whether it's relationships or in the career or jobs or financially, economically. But also we're wanting to get things done. This is a time where I said motivation. This is a time to get things completed. And this month, with the astrological aspects, there's a lot of planetary alignments that are happening. In fact, many planets are in alignment. I'd encourage you to go and take a look at some of the astrological data that they have out there. So, your favorite astrology reading, and just basically find out what is involved, because when these planets align, and if they are moving forward, so direct, as opposed to retrograde, which we do have coming up as well, then we will find that we're in a state of wanting to do things, getting like you're dotting your I's, crossing your T's, getting everything kind of organized, downsizing, revamping, renovating, doing things that you need to get done. And this, because of the Gemini aspect, we have the opportunity to take advantage of expression. So this is a tapping into that creative side. So allowing the creativity within you to be as an aspect of expression. So that could be communication in the sense of verbal communication. So speaking out, speaking your truth, or it could be written. It could be anything. It could be like artistically as well. And I've also thrown around the idea of cooking, because cooking is an expression as well too. It's an expression of creativity and fun creativity. So having said that, let's look at what the cards say for this reading for today, for January 6th and June 6th. And we're looking at two decks that I've picked. I've picked the cards for. There's 4 cards, and I've picked from the Wisdom of the Oracle from Colette Baron-Reid, as well as from the Healing Spirits deck, which I'm just going to show you the cover because I've got the guidebook elsewhere. So the Healing Spirits Oracle by Gordon Smith. So let's go right into this. We kind of have an alternating thing going on here. So we're going to start with the Healing Spirits first, and then go into the Wisdom Oracle right after. So the first one we have is you have the ability to affect your own destiny. Now, this this card actually shows me many different things. One, it's reddish, orangish, yellowish. So it's dealing with the first three chakras systems that we have. So the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the root and the solar plexus chakra. So those three also have to do with the attachment to earth, to the physical realm, the material realm, and having the opportunity to be able to affect our reality. What would you like to see? What would you want to see in our own destiny? Plus, we have free will in our movement forward, and on our, to a degree, basically on our life purpose path. I mean, there's those exact points in the map that we pretty much, the map of our lives that we have to hit, but at the same time, there's quite a bit of flexibility. And with that flexibility, we have the potentialities. We have possibilities in those potentialities within our systems and within each and every one of our lives to be able to choose. So this is a good way of actually saying, what will you choose? What do you want to choose in your life? And it's perfect. It's a perfect time period at the new moon. This is about choosing that which you want, but also recognizing that what you have to give, what you want in your life, will affect the collective. So that said, if you want something large, if you want a goal, you're meeting a particular goal, but it has to do with more advancements with other people, there could be a lot of moving parts that need to be aligned first before it actually happens. Now, I know I've said this before, but this is, I think, coming up for this particular time period, because we have the opportunity to actually really see some manifestations happening. We are manifestation gurus at this particular time. And with that, I believe that our realities, what we want for our realities, it's very important to think forward, think with the most positive aspects as you possibly can. So ability to affect our own destiny. Now that also takes into account emotional aspects too. And this is something that we are dealing with. Our emotions are very important, and they're important to allow us to manifest, but also it can hinder us. And with that, we want to be able to send out the right emotions, send out the emotions that are going to fortify what it is that we want. So having said that part, we are also working in co-creation with Spirit. So we can always ask Spirit and our helpers, our divine helpers, to help us get through and help us actually generate the right emotions to fortify that materialism for material, the physical that we need. Not materialism, sorry. We don't want that either. But basically just allowing yourself to get what it is that you want, to find that what will bring you joy and happiness, but also with the co-creative efforts with Spirit. This could also tapping into the Gemini state at this time, that we're looking at expression, we're looking at the creativity, the movement forward, the possibility that the emotions will actually allow for these things to happen, and the alignments. Noticing synchronicities and gratitude towards that. With the expressions, we can now quite easily move into our expressive characteristics, our toolbox, with the efforts of Spirit happening to help us along our way. So let's put that aside for a second. Let's go to the next card. We've got, we're into the Wisdom of the Oracle at the moment. This has come up a number of times. Breathe. So this was, I believe this is actually in the last reading for the full moon. If not, then it has been around here for, I basically, for my newsletter, I have a free newsletter that you can sign up for on my website, which is takebackyourpower.live or live. And this is a time where you have to look at what's going on. If there's chaos around you, which there is in the world, but if there's stuff that's going on, dramas that are going on within your life, this is basically allowing you, or taking these things into consideration and saying, breathe through it. breathe through it and allow for you to not take life so seriously. Now it's harder. Sometimes it's easier said than done. But when you're able to take the deep breath is very healing for one. This is take that time to step away from the drama, to allow yourself away from the stresses that you could have when you're in anxiety or really frustrated, or basically putting yourself through stress, putting your body through stress. So in this case, breathing through this could be some challenging times as well. We could see some challenging times during this month as well. June is the way I see it is June is a transition point within the year, and it could bring some craziness within the world that could affect us in the way that we think. And so our perspectives of the world, the perspectives of ourselves, as well as the collective. So this would be a way of kind of allowing. Sometimes we have to take life on life's terms, as Colette Baron-Reid actually says. And this is where taking the time for self-care, for taking the rest when you need it, because we're also downloading a lot of things. We're moving spiritually quite fast at this time. So if that's the case, you need to have, whenever you're wanting to, take the time to rest, take the time to sleep if you need to, because sleep disturbances are happening at the moment, no matter what, because we're having a lot of solar flares, a lot of solar energies and little particles that are coming in to upgrade us during this time of consciousness raising. And we will need some ample rest, or we might feel extremely energized. It could be one or the other, it could be somewhere in between, but allow yourself the time to spend with you, like to generate a balance between your body, mind, and spirit. And so that's what this is talking about. Staying with the oracle, we're going into serendipity. So the next card here is serendipity, and it's basically talking about how a lot of our abundances, a lot of things that will happen are aligned with the way spirit wants you to walk along your path. And in this case, you could have serendipitous actions, serendipitous events that happen within your life to bring you to a place of joy, a place where you experience abundance or prosperity or security in general. And that could go for various places, various things about security. That could be security of keeping your home, your environment, being actually secure, or in other words, safe, which you are when spirit is there. Spirit is always there. But events that could happen that align so that you get what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you need in your life at this particular time. And that could be the desires that you have, so again, these are material desires, as well as the desires you want for yourself, for your spiritual gain, your mental emotional gain. So I can see how this is kind of telling a little bit of a story for this time period as well. So the very last card that we're going into is back to the Healing Spirits deck. And excuse me, we're going to be the best version of yourself and start today. This is a choice. Being the best version of yourself is recognizing how you can contribute to the rest of the world. This could be through, again, using this time period with the new moon in Gemini, to be able to have that expression, that creativity, that goal orientation, the motivation. Think of this as the time to shine when it comes to that. You have this opportunity to do this, and being able to recognize that you are way more than you think you are. You can do what you need to do in order to not only survive, but to thrive. So being the best version of yourself also talks about how you can contribute to the collective by sharing your spiritual gifts, sharing the gifts that you have, sharing the material if need be as well, or the security that you have. Blanket it with the rest of the world. Send out your energetic want and desires from the heart, and thinking and being from the heart, the compassion that you have to to send out the power of love and compassion to those who really need it. And boy, do we really need it in various places of the world at the moment. So let's look at the story that this tells for our new moon today. New moon. You have the ability to affect your own destiny, and that is basically you creating your reality towards what it is that you really want to see in your life, but also knowing that you have help. You have help from the healing spirits, or the spirit in general, to be able to get to your destiny, with keeping in mind that you have specific points in your life purpose path that you must cross to get to your mission, or being in your mission. But also recognizing that you need to breathe through any challenges that you have, because on this destiny and through this particular life, we have a lot of challenging time periods, and we will have a lot of challenges, especially since we're moving up conscious in our consciousness. It's an absolute. We're moving all of the aspects of ourselves into this one life, so that we can deal with all of the emotional turmoil, traumas, whatever you want to call it, from every other aspect. Bring it to the fore, and then we become more of that part of us that is our higher self. So take this time in this month to breathe, to give yourself self-care, to sleep when you need, to rest when you need, to eat and nourish yourself, to drink lots of water, and bring yourself to a state, as much as you can, to a state of balance. And with that, noticing serendipities that come from synchronicities within your life. So there could be some interesting gifts that come into play at this time too, to help you along your path, to get you through the different challenges that are going on, and to recognize that the synchronous events are occurring for you, not to you. They're happening for you to resolve certain things, as well as to recognize that you are abundant, and that you will gain more abundance and prosperity and wealth with the emotion of gratitude that goes with it. And lastly, this allows you to be the best version of yourself. And if you are looking at the best version of yourself, you're basically doing the best you possibly can in a situation where we are limited here on this planet, but because we are omnipotent beings within ourselves that are trying to do the best that we possibly can to learn what it is that we need to learn. And when you get to a point where you can contribute to the world as much as you possibly can, this is the time to do that. And starting today is what the card says. It basically says shine, allow your expression, your creativity, your goal-orientedness. If you are into technology and you're very knowledgeable into that as well, then that's a tool in your toolbox that you can also lend to others. Being able to share your gifts and doing it with love, tapping into the heart rather than just the mind. The heart and mind work together, but the heart is so compassionate. It takes the love and it transmutes it into more than what you can even imagine to others, because the energy field is just so large within there. Note as well that during this month, with all the challenging aspects that are happening, we are getting upgrades like crazy, and that in itself might cause its own symptoms. So again, that could, with the sleep disturbances that are possibly happening with the solar flares, and man, are we having a lot of solar flares. We're having particles that are entering us and changing us at the DNA level, more so in this month and in the future months, as we hit a maximum, solar maximum, more so than at any other time that we're going to encounter this. And it's going to be, this is the turnaround point. Like I said, this is a transitional point in the year. So we're going to see a lot of changes, a lot of upheavals around us as well. And that might take a toll on our lives as well, because there might be upheavals within our lives. So take these things into account. check out your astrological readings as well, that you trust from trustworthy astrologers, and see where this fits for you, and how this month is going to go astrologically, because I believe that at this particular time we're going through a lot of changes, a lot of transformations, and this is a time to make sure to take care of yourself. Self-care, taking care of your body's needs, your mental needs as well. So getting out there, going for walks, being in nature, being at one with spirit in nature in general. This is a time for that, to just be and enjoy the being. Aligning with joy, choosing to be in that state of joy, no matter what is going on around you or in the world. Again, it's a choice. And so is abundance. Abundance is there for you. It's you are innately abundant. To recognize that and to know that that is here for you serendipitously in more events. You'll notice that there probably will be some things that just come out of the blue. And these are spiritual gifts, financial gifts, material gifts, whatever you want to call it. You're going to see a little bit more between now and the end of the month, and then some, probably spilling into July as well. So having said that, I hope this helps, and I hope you have a wonderful new moon in Gemini. And if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and the like button to get more videos that are coming out whenever I post, as well as sign up for my newsletter I've got at my website, takebackyourpower.live. I'm definitely getting some really interesting tidbits from my guides, and when they come out in the newsletter, it's remarkable. I read them, I go back and I read them myself, and I'm like, wow, it's really telltaling what is happening in the near future. So please sign up, go to the website and sign up for the newsletter, takebackyourpower.live or live, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.